Hell's Angels didn't recognize Ozzy Osbourne and thought he was an easy target. Picture this. One of America's most remote corners. A desolate gas station under the blazing Arizona sun. The air shimmers with heat. Then the sound. The thunderous roar of Harley-Davidson engines. No one there could have imagined what was about to unfold. A moment that would echo through rock history itself. And the most shocking part? The Hells Angels had no idea who they were about to encounter. The story begins with Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness himself, alone behind the wheel of an old Toyota Camry. The irony was poetic. The man who once toured the world with private jets and roaring fans now cruised quietly down Route 66, seeking peace. After a small argument with Sharon about moving again, Ozzy had simply left. He needed silence, freedom, he always did. At 75, he still carried that spirit. Wild, restless, alive. He wore faded jeans, an old Black Sabbath shirt, and a baseball cap that shadowed the face millions knew by heart. To anyone else, he looked like a tired old man chasing memories. But destiny had other plans. The gas gauge blinked red. The next station, 80 miles away. He sighed, "Oh, bloody hell," and pulled into the dusty, forgotten outpost where time itself seemed to have stopped. The moment he began refueling, a distant rumble filled the desert. A sound he knew too well, engines. Loud, deep, synchronized. 10 Harley-Davidsons tore through the desert road like a black storm. The Hells Angels had arrived. Their vests shimmered with leather and steel. Their tattoos told stories older than many of them. And leading them, a giant of a man named Tank. Tank was built like a tank, 6'3", broad, scarred, and radiating danger. As they rolled in, laughter echoed. One of them yelled, "What's this?" "A Grandpa Mobile." Laughter broke like thunder. Ozzy didn't react. He just kept fueling. Calm, quiet. The kind of calm that unnerves people who thrive on fear. Tank grinned. "Hey, Grandpa. You lost or something? We could give you a lift home. If you sing us a lullaby first." The bikers laughed louder. But something about this man's posture, the quiet authority, made Tank hesitate. The pump clicked off. Ozzy placed the nozzle back with slow precision. Then he turned, smiling faintly. "Entertainment, eh? Interesting word choice. Wonder if we're on the same page about what that means, mate." The tone, that accent, it was familiar. Tank frowned. "Who the hell are you?" Ozzy chuckled. "Just a bloke getting petrol, though I was backstage at Altamont once. You remember that? Rolling Stones concert, 1969? The laughter died instantly. That was sacred history to bikers. Few even knew the name Altamont anymore. Now the bikers stared in silence. Ozzy smiled faintly, his hand trembling just enough to reveal his age. "The world remembers that night for tragedy, but I remember it as the day I realized music and madness often share the same blood." Tank's eyes narrowed. "Who are you?" Then with the ease of a man who'd lived through storms, Ozzy removed his sunglasses. Silence. The reflection of the desert sun revealed those unmistakable blue eyes. "Bloody hell," whispered Razor. "Is that Ozzy Osbourne?" The legend himself grinned. "Last I checked, yeah. Though Sharon says I'm only half human." The tension melted. Then came laughter. Nervous, disbelieving, reverent laughter. The angels surrounded him, no longer threatening, as now awestruck. Razor, the scarred one, spoke first. "I listened to Paranoid 1,000 times when I was a kid. That song, it saved me." Tank's voice trembled. "Iron Man, that riff changed my life." Ozzy nodded slowly. "When Tony played that riff, I felt something ancient. Something heavy. We weren't trying to be legends. We were just 4 blokes trying to make noise in a broken world." The men listened like disciples. The desert wind whistled softly through the pumps. They invited him to sit. Tank fetched a crate. Razor offered cold water. And there, under the sinking sun, began one of rock's most beautiful encounters. Ozzy leaned back, speaking with raw honesty. "You know, people see leather and assume violence. They see tattoos and assume trouble. But I see brothers. I see loyalty. That's rare these days." Tank nodded. "That's us. The world calls us outlaws, but we're just family. No one gets left behind." The conversation turned to Sharon. Ozzy's voice softened. "She saved my life, mate. When everyone left, she stayed. Even when I was lost to the drugs, to the madness. That's love, not the movie kind. The real kind." The kind that pulls you out of hell. The bikers listened, eyes glistening. They knew that kind of loyalty too. Razor said quietly, "We stay loyal like that too, in good times or in flames." Ozzy smiled. "Then we're not so different, are we?" The sky turned gold, then crimson. As the night fell, the Hells Angels realized hours had passed. No one wanted it to end, but it was time. Tank stood up. "Mr. Osbourne, this was an honor." He reached into his vest and took out a Hells Angels patch and a symbol not easily given. "From our family to you. You're one of us now." Ozzy's eyes glistened. He accepted it with trembling hands. Then from his pocket he took out a small yellowed piece of paper, a concert ticket. "From my first gig, Birmingham 1970, Black Sabbath's first show. It's brought me luck. Now it's yours." Razor held it as if it were sacred scripture. "We'll frame it. We'll never forget tonight." The men formed up their bikes, escorting Ozzy down the highway like royal guards, their headlights forming a shimmering procession across the desert road. It was a farewell written in steel, brotherhood, and rock and roll. The next morning, Sharon waited by the kitchen table. When Ozzy told her what happened, she gasped. "You became friends with the Hells Angels?" Then she smiled. "Of course you did. You always find light in strange places," Ozzy laughed. "Turns out they're good lads." Reminded me that the heart matters more than the jacket. She hugged him tightly. "That's why people love you, Ozzy. You see the human, not the label." And somewhere in Arizona, Tank and his brothers told their own story. The night they met a legend who reminded them that even the darkest souls can carry the brightest light. The story spread like wildfire. Photos of the patch and the ticket went viral. People wrote, "If Ozzy can befriend the Hells Angels, maybe there's hope for us all." Because sometimes, the most powerful music isn't played on stage. It's born from human connection, in the silence of a desert sunset. If this story touched your heart, don't just scroll past. Share it with a friend who still believes in kindness. And before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button to join our growing family at Voices of Darkness, where every story shines a light on the shadows of the human soul. Like, share, comment your thoughts below. And remember, even in darkness, music still finds a way.